Coach, you had two quarterbacks that were a big part of things as far as running the football. Can you tell what that element added to this game?
Yeah, it was big. Shea, really, got things going in the first quarter with the long run and the touchdown run he had. He was allowed us to stretch their defense, hit all the gaps, make them cover, make them account for as many gaps as we could. So that was game plan, well executed.
On your right, Chris.
Coach, what were the second half adjustments in the running game that allowed you to get Karan loose a little bit?
Well, we went to as many C gap plays as we could, and took six, our six best at halftime, and ran those, pretty much the whole second half, and they were effective. Our guys were doing a great job up front. They were. I can't think of any missed assignments, penalties, nothing. Guys really did a job up front today.
On your left, Larry.
What made your pass defense effective? Harbaugh went 12 passes at one point.
Yeah, again, playing really good in the secondary, getting our hands on balls. The coverage was tight, and making the big play was Levert, and a couple of PBUs. Nice to see us get our hands on the ball, and we were really in good position throughout the game in our coverages.
On your right, Steve.
Jim, could you talk about Shea's ball handling ability? He just sells those play fakes so well. And second part, if you could talk about what Karan gave you in the second half.
Yeah. Well, Shea's really good, really effective. He was he's really seeing things well, looking at in terms of all the reads, and did a great job in his preparation, and he was running good. He was really throwing it good tonight too, right from pregame on. But the running game was so effective that we kept coming back to it. And Karan was really went over 90-some yards in the second half, and just did a great job. Got some cracks and fit through them and finished them with effective runs. So he did a great job. True did a really good job when he came in as well. And again, back to the guys up front, they were really on their assignments the entire night. Played very physical.
Front left here, Trevor.
Coach, when you were with the 49ers, when you were with Stanford, now with Michigan, you always try to embody toughness. Now, after this game, would you say this team's tough at every level?
Yeah, man. In terms of being a physical team, I think we are that, and some guys did a heck of a job defensively. Can't talk about that enough as well. That's a heck of a good back that we faced tonight, and really played, and a really good offensive line too. A heck of a good team, and they're just everything they've done. I think the record is 15-1 on the road, or 14-1 on the road since Paul's been there. They just do a tremendous job coaching. Defensively they give up 14 points on average when they're on the road. Again, they just do a tremendous job. So, and they're tough physical teams, and I thought our guys responded well tonight.
All the way over to the right, Nick.
Jim, we've talked about the offensive line a lot for a long time. You guys went over 300 yards. I think Ben said something about they really wanted to make a culture change in the offensive line room this season. What have you seen from that group that has led to this?
Just everything we've been talking about since improvement, and just getting better and better. Confident group that's really trained themselves this off season, and there's a lot of each player. You could point to that first of all: Runyon, Bredesen, Caesar, Michael Wainu, Juwan Busher-Beatty. They're all playing their best football. They're playing really, really well together.
In the front here, Bill.
Coach, Shea, when he busted that run in the first quarter, or first play of the second quarter, I'm sorry, what kind of tone did that set for the offense to have a quarterback that can bust an 80-yard run like that?
It set a good tone. I mean, it was a big play. Guys making plays. It always comes down to that. Guys making plays, and that certainly was a big one. And it just is. He can run. Showed that, and it showed to Dylan. I mean, they had an angle on Dylan, and when he was off, it felt like he wasn't going to be caught. And but what it does for your team, it opens up a lot in the offense, something that the defense has to defend. And I thought he did a heck of a job all night with his fakes, with his ball handling, with his running ability, with his all facets.
In the back right.
Coach, over here. Coach Schembechler's line, I believe, was those who stay will be champions, and I think that's something you've endorsed the sentiment of. How much is being a champion figurative, and how much is it literally it's time to go win a championship?
Well, we were focused on this game, just like we will be next game, and we've espoused to the theory that improvement will lead to success, will lead to championships, and
In the middle, Derek.
Coach, you held Jonathan Taylor tonight to 101 rushing yards, and coming into this game, he averaged nearly 170 on the ground. What was the key for the defense in containing him throughout the game?
well, he's a heck of a good back. I mean, it's getting off of blocks. And I thought our guys did that well up front. Our linebackers were swarming. It was that kind of mentality. It was going to take multiple guys getting to the ball to contain a back like Jonathan, and did well. I mean, it's really tough to shut somebody completely out when they're that good. But I thought we did a heck of a good job tonight.
On the right, Adam.
Jim, we saw Michael come back this week. Michael's one floor. We saw Chris. Just curious your assessment of how they both played.
Well, I think they did good. I mean, I'm not sure. I know Michael was key. One of those guys that was. I saw some knockback plays. I saw some plays where he was getting off the blocks, and he just. America loves a tough guy, and he fits that mold. So really, really proud of him. And I think Chris is still coming along, and maybe not quite at the top gear yet, but great to see him out there, and he contributed. I don't think he was at his absolute best tonight, but greatly contributed. Picked up some good 3rd and 1, and we had a lot of 3rd and 1s. I mean, we're getting to the point where I've never had a season like this with as many 3rd and 1s as we've had, already about half the season. And Chris was great tonight. I mean, he really found the holes, and he was part of picking those up, which really helped us. I mean, I can't remember us getting stopped on a 3rd and short tonight. And again, another tip of the cap to the offensive line, but Chris really contributed in that way.
Coach, looking ahead, next week you have an opponent who tends to treat their matchup with you like it's the Super Bowl, Game 7 of the World Series, and overtime Stanley Cup playoffs all rolled into one. After you savor tonight's win, what do you think you can do to help your team get up and match that level of intensity?
We'll be really intense for it.
Jim, we always talk about
big games in this 3-game gauntlet that you guys are going through. I know you take one game at a time, but do you feel like your team has been either hardened or toughened by the talk of when are they going to get over a gauntlet like this? When are they going to be? Because Karan Higdon was talking about how they're really driven by that. Do you feel they've been hardened by that?
I can't say hardened by it. I mean, I don't. It's irrelevant to me. So we'll do what we've been doing, and that is, focus on enjoy this win tonight, and then get on to our preparation for our next opponent, Michigan State.